What's up YouTube? This is JP Panther back on a video. In today's video is I'm going to talk about this title is going to be about the Disney trilogy and how Star Wars is. We're going to talk about this because right now Star Wars is the hot blazing topic right now. It's going to probably be this. I'm going to do a lot of Star Wars videos probably until the end of this year and the beginning of next year, probably from December to January, and that'll probably be it. And then the following month will be Birds of Prey, so I'll at least have more content to talk to you guys about. But overall, if you guys are wondering like why I'm doing Star Wars videos, because right now it's the hot topic right now. There's nothing really out right now. Baby Yoda ended, the Mandalorian ended and stuff like that. I already seen the show, whatever, so I don't know if you guys wanted me to do a review or over review, or want me to do a season review or discussion. You guys can let me know in the comment section below. But overall, this video is going to be about the Disney Star Wars trilogy and how The Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker as a trilogy is just messy. We're going to get into it right now and talk about it right now. So right now, we're talking about right now, if you look at the trilogy, I do feel like if you look at all the other Star Wars trilogies, or even just trilogies in general, but mostly we're going to stick with Star Wars, the movies had a beginning, middle, and end. And it felt like from George Lucas, it felt like the prequels and original trilogy felt like it was a creative vision that he was trying to put out. You could tell he wasn't really trying to do this for the money. He really was trying to do this just to put out something that he put in his mind, projected to the world, and if people like it, they like it, and he wasn't really thinking about the money as like that. And even when he did the Star Wars trilogy, even the prequels, he put most of his own money up, you feel me? I think he had distribution with like Fox and stuff like that, but overall, he pretty much put the money up for his vision and his projects. So the original trilogy, you could tell because it was about Luke Skywalker, his journey, from him being a farm boy and him fighting the evil empire and fighting his father, redeeming him, and then you have evil Palpatine destroying whatever, and and destroying the evil empire and the pretty much the rebels and the resistance, whatever it is, they win and return to the Jedi and stuff like that, and everything's all happy and peaceful. The prequels was all about Anakin Skywalker. The reason why he did it, because he did it, I think a lot of it was, I think part of it was kind of for money as well, but also I think he wanted to show why Anakin went to the dark side and became Darth Vader. And also I think it was good because it was such a generational gap when you had the prequels, because it was all about Anakin Skywalker, how this little slave boy grows up and becomes a Jedi, and then he becomes Darth Vader. So he had like, you get to see how he became Darth Vader, and then you watch the original trilogy, you're like, oh crap, that's why he's a demonic savage and stuff like that. You understand his point of view. With this Disney Star Wars trilogy, because originally what I've read, at least when it comes to George Lucas stuff like that, he wanted to do the Wills, the Calorians, the father of mortars, the son of mortars, and all this other stuff, whatever. What I've read from like the outline and stuff like that, and also they said it was gonna be if Carrie Fisher was alive, she was going to be like the Skywalker. So the original thing was the sequel trilogy was going to be the Willows and like Princess Leia and Leia Skywalker and stuff like that. So you have Luke Skywalker with the original trilogy, you have Anakin Skywalker with the prequels, and you have Leia Skywalker, Princess Leia, as the sequel trilogy. This trilogy is all about Rey Skywalker. And again, there's going to be spoilers to let you guys know, so you guys know what it is. So this Disney Star Wars trilogy, it's really messy, because the first thing when you watch Force Awakens, it's a straight copy and reboot of A New Hope. You know what I mean? Like, it was cool seeing, like, in the beginning when John Boyega wasn't cooning out and saying, oh, Rey, where's my Rey, blah, blah. I mean, he was, like, if you watch the posters, even watch the movie, he had the lightsaber, he was being badass, he was fighting Kylo and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, it was literally just shot-by-shot remake of A New Hope, and it just felt very corporate, you feel me? And the problem is that they're trying to make you care about the new characters, but then you're focusing on all the old characters, you feel me? Like, the Force Awakens is about Han Solo, the second, Last Jedi is supposed to be about Luke Skywalker, and then Rise of Skywalker is supposed to be about Luke Skywalker, about Carrie Fisher and Princess Leia, stuff like that. So you could tell that you're trying to build up these new characters, but then you're trying to kill off the old characters to build up these new characters, but then we don't give a crap about the new characters. People care more about Baby Yoda than Rey, Finn, and Foe. You feel me? Let's just Foe. Let's be honest. Finn and Foe. Let's just be honest, man. At least Poe, my bad, Poe. But like, so that's the thing with the Force Awakens. Just felt too much copy and paste, and they really got a lot of people, at least the prequels and the original trilogy fans, on board with the Force Awakens because it was the first Star Wars movie in like 10 years. Then we have the Last Jedi, which was very, very controversial because when you saw the scene of Force Awakens, the end of Force Awakens, like, oh crap, we're gonna see Luke Skywalker, we're gonna see him do some badass Jedi stuff. You know what I mean? After Return of the Jedi, we waited 30 years, and then he just throws the lightsaber. You know what I mean? It was pretty much a feminist film. Let's just keep it 100. Don't eat meat. Let's free the animals, but not the slave kids. Eating meat is wrong. Women are better than men, and Rey becomes a Mary Sue. You know what I mean? Like it just feels disjointed. You feel me? It just feels like when you watch The Last Jedi, it just feels like a generic sci-fi movie. You feel me? And a lot of it, like the only thing that really progresses in The Last Jedi is that Rey's a Mary Sue. Kylo kills Snoke, but then we find out he's a clone and stuff like that. Then Luke dies, and that's pretty much it. And then Finn is still chasing after Rey and Bean cooning out and stuff like that. And then Rose Tico loves Finn and stuff like that. But then you watch The Rise of Skywalker, it pretty much retcon. It pretty much feels like a straight up sequel to Force Awakens. You're like, what's going on? The only thing that they kind of reference is that, okay, Finn and Rose Tico, whatever it is, they don't have any of that type of relationship. They're just like, we're good, boom, blah blah blah. They just pretend everything in Last Jedi really didn't happen. Snoke was a clone. Then you had Luke. They do explain that Luke died and stuff like that. But like again, it just feels very disjointed. You feel me? It just feels like it's not connected at all. It just feels like 3 movies in one movie. And in like a 2.5-hour movie, and it just feels like it's a rushed movie when it comes to Rise of Skywalker. And the problem with Rise of Skywalker, you're supposed to explain that how Palpatine comes back, not just write it in the words and be like, Palpatine's back and he has his evil empire, blah blah blah. And then with Rey becoming Mary Sue, and then doing all this retconning and say, oh well, we're gonna go on a bunch of YouTube videos and Reddit leaks. Oh wait, a good theory. Imagine if we make Rey a Palpatine. That's how we can make the normies and the movie-go audience and the feminists and everybody else and be like, and all the hardcore fans be like, the reason why Rey is so powerful because in Last Jedi they're like, she's a woman and her parents are nobodies. At least they're like, hey, the reason why she's powerful is because she's the granddaughter of Palpatine. And I'm like, bro, there's a lot of explanation with that. Like, first of all, was he just banging bitches in the Senate? Let's just keep it 100. Was he doing all that? You know what I mean? The prequels, was he like, when did he have a son? Like, when was all this happening? When all this crazy crap was happening? You know what I mean? Like, when did he have a son? When did he had a daughter? And all, like, when did he have a wife and all this other stuff? So shouldn't this son be stronger than Rey because of the generational gap? Whatever it is, you feel me? So, but Rey is the granddaughter and like the Empress Sith and stuff like that. And then, it's all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, she becomes powerful as hell. She becomes like, she does the spirit bomb, Dragon Ball Z, you know what I mean? Like, she's so powerful, she has no weakness, you feel me? And the problem is when you watch the Disney trilogy, it feels like, the first one feels like Rey goes from Super Saiyan 1, then Super Saiyan God in Last Jedi, and then Master Ultra Instinct in Rise of Skywalker. That's what it feels like, you feel me? Like, it feels like she goes up and trains, and she doesn't even train. She just gets power up, destroys Palpatine, and then after that, that's the end all be all. And the problem with like Rey and this whole entire thing, it just feels like it's a trilogy made for Rey Skywalker. And I get why they call it Rise of Skywalker, but come on, man, Rey isn't a Skywalker. But in Disney Lucasfilm world, it's considered, she's considered a Skywalker, which is bullshit and horseshit and all this other stuff, whatever. But overall, the Star Wars Disney trilogy as a trilogy just is not that good. It's not connected. It feels disjointed. It feels misguided. It feels like a corporate cash grab. And it feels like we're just going to kill off all the old characters and kill off all the past to build up these new characters. But after this movie, it's done. Like, there's no more Star Wars stuff you can do. Like, it's done. Like, unless you go to, like, Knights of Old Republic and stuff like that. But that's, like, thousands of years before Episode 1. So you can't even use any of the old characters at all. You literally have to start from scratch. But if they try to keep going forward, like Daisy Ridley and all of them, they're done. So I don't know what else they can do after that. Even if they do a Force trilogy, unless they do like another different parallel world and galaxy and stuff like that. But overall, as a Disney Star Wars trilogy, it's not that good. I'm just talking about if you can like the movies or not like the movies and stuff like that, but you have to be objective. You have to look at this objectively. As a trilogy, it is messy and it is trash and it's not that good. But if you look at some as regular movies or popcorn movies, you're like, oh, okay, cool, I'm off it. But if you're seeing it as a trilogy, like to really go back and compare this to the prequels, to the original trilogy, or even other movies from like Matrix and like The Dark Knight and stuff like that, it is the most messiest trilogy ever. I think it's even more messy than the X-Men trilogy. I think it's more messier than Spider-Man 3, in my personal opinion, because it just doesn't feel like it's connected and it doesn't feel like it's a beginning, middle, and end. It just feels like the movie starts here, then we're going to do all this crap here in the middle, and then we're going to put all 3 movies in the last movie, and then rush it. That's what it feels like. That's really it, guys. That's pretty much the whole entire explanation of why I feel like the Disney Star Wars trilogy is not a good trilogy and why it's very mishandled and why it feels like it's extremely very corporate and it feels like it's just made to make profit and to use the Disney Star Wars trilogy as a feminist political platform. That's pretty much, and to make money, and that's just my personal opinion. That's really it, guys. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think I'm right? Do you guys think I'm wrong? Do you think this was a good Disney Do you think this was a good trilogy in general? Do you think it was connected? Do you think it was everything that you ever wanted? Like, do you think it could have been better? Do you think what George Lucas could have done could have been way better or could have been way more boring? Let me know in the comment section below. Rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Peace and have a great day and take care and happy holidays.